Enroll your child for the manifested e-learning platform and see their grades grow tremendously. These videos can be downloaded to a laptop for offline viewing or viewed from a smartphone in a cost-friendly format.
Hello learner, welcome back to Manifested e-learning platform. I'm Philip, your social studies teacher. And in today's session, we shall be learning about social services offered in an area. And when I'm talking about area, I mean map area. And map still is under physical environment. Under physical environment. Physical environment. And today's concern is about social services. Social services. Social services. Social services are those services that people in an area require. And if they require them, who gives them? Where do they get those services from? That is our point of concern today about social services that are offered in an area or in a map. Examples maybe of examples of social services offered in an area includes what? Number one, education. Education service. Education. What will show us that there is a service called education in a map? That one will be a school, presence of a school. Presence of a school. If there is a school in a map, that is education service. If there is a service in the name of health service, what will show us that there is a health service in an area, and that one will be a hospital. Or a dispensary. A hospital or a dispensary or a health center. Whichever word or statement they want to bring on, we are well equipped, either a hospital, a dispensary, or a health center. Another service, maybe another service in the name of recreation, places of enjoyment, recreation. Where will you find this service in the name of recreation? In stadiums, for instance, stadiums, social halls. Social halls are good examples of recreational services in an area. Other services like rehabilitation service. And a good example of a rehabilitation service or centers, this is a prison. If there is a prison in an area, it tells you that there is rehabilitation. People are not taken to prison for punishment. People are taken to prison for rehabilitation, to change their behavior, to make them better. To make a rapist to a mason. To make a thief to a carpenter. That is rehabilitation. Other services include religion. That's a service. And this one will be evident through churches. That is for Christians. Churches for Christians. Mosques for Muslims. Shrines for traditionalists. Temples for Hindus. They say that there is religion as a social service that is offered in that area. We have Which other examples of social services? Social services are so many. There are those services that are offered. For instance, there is security. What will show that there is service of security? Police station, police post, police station or a police post. Police station or police post, there is security as a service. Security as a service. Maybe there is a communication service. Communication service in that area. This one will be evidenced through something like a post office. A postal office. A postal office. A postal office is a good example. A telephone booth or a telephone mast. A telephone mast is a booster that transmits communication waves. If it is there in an area, it means the service of communication is well taken care of. So there can be so many social services that are offered in a map. So many services that are offered in a map. And just to give an example of what we have talked about, we have talked about education. What we showed you that there is service, educational services, is a school or a college or a university or a polytechnic. That is education services. What will a hospital or a dispensary or a health center show? It will show that there is health services. A stadium, social halls, what do they mean? They mean there is recreational services. A prison, some people call that a jail. We don't take, I have just said that we do not take people to prison for punishment. No. Prisons are rehabilitation centers. They change those criminals into good people. Like I've given a rapist, then he's taught to be a mason than a rapist. A thief is changed to a carpenter. That is rehabilitation. And the people who do rehabilitation in the prison, we call them prison wardens. The churches and mosques and temples, they show that there is religious, not religion, religious activity, religious activities. Security will be shown by police station, that there is security service, and communication services are offered in the postal office, in telephone mast, telephone booths. They will all show that there are social services. Just to add on something as an NB, there is a point that you need to note here. There is a point that you need to know here, that there is an order of preference of social service. If a given area, for instance, they tell you that in a given area, there was a harambe that took place in a given area. What was the first social service they were supposed to build? Or which social amenity to give a certain social service that is given the first priority? And that one is health. Health is always the main social amenity. People would rather not go to school, but they are healthy. So in any case, maybe there was a harambe, or there was a donation. The governor of that area donated 5 million Kenyan shillings. Which social amenity were they likely to build? First of all, you go for health. That one is hospital, a dispensary, or a health center. And number two will always be school, education. Education is the second one. Education is the second one. But health will always be the first concern when it comes to social services and social amenities. Now, we can show what we have said here in a map. Remember, the topic is on map work. So it is always good to illustrate using a map. Let us illustrate using a map. Illustrate using a map. And maybe most of the social services, you'll find them in the town. Most of the social services will be found in the town. And maybe in the town, there is a prison. Prison. There is another prison. There is another one. Here, post office. Post office. There is another one. Governor's office. Governor's office. Maybe to add as H here, we shall add that one. After we explain the meaning of that one and the services offered in that. Then we have maybe a school there, and maybe there is a mosque, there is a mosque there, there is a mosque there, there is a mosque there. Then here there is a hospital there somewhere. There is a hospital somewhere there near the market. Here maybe there is a market here. There is a hospital there. And of course, inside the map here also there is ST, standing for a stadium. Stadium, and maybe up here there is police post. Police post. Police post. And then you are supposed now to identify, using what you can see, which services are offered. And it is just a matter of knowing. If this is a school, that is a school, the social service offered here is education. There is educational service. If this one is a mosque, then the social service that is offered here is religious services. There is religious service, and it's good to know that a mosque is an evidence, is a very good evidence that there is Muslims, and Muslims attend their services on Friday. It's good to understand that. A hospital, if you happen to identify that there is a hospital in a map, that means that there is health services. There is health services. There is health services in the map. Maybe this one is a police post, as we have agreed, police post. According to the key of that map, PP stands for police post, then the security is sorted. There is enough security in that map. Security is the service. Health is the service. Religious is the service. Education is the service. There is a post office in the map, and not just in the map, in the town, in the map. The town that is in the map, we have a post office initiated as PO. Then here we have communication services. That is what we use to send letters from one place to another, postal office. A stadium, the other corner of the town, this one will tell you that there is recreation service. There is recreational services. A prison, the other side of the map, then a prison will tell you there is rehabilitation. Rehabilitation in the map. Rehabilitation in the map. Maybe the only social amenity I did not show, and I want to show it here in the map. If GO is for the governor's office, and going through what we have learned, we did not mention that. A governor's office or any other office, county commissioner's office, a governor's office, this one will tell us that there is an administration. There is administration services. There is administration services. Offices offer administration services. If you have any administration services and you want to get sorted out, this is where you're supposed to go in that map. So that is as much as social services and the services they offer. And now you know exactly where to go for which services. Now, for your own personal work or practice, I would love to give you an assignment, and this is the map that you shall use. Now, that is for your own practice. For your own practice, use the above map to answer this question. And the question is list five social services offered in this area, giving supporting reasons. Giving supporting reasons. You have to have a reason of why you believe there is a social amenity. It's not a matter of guesswork. You give a reason. For instance, for the sake of naming some of them, this one is a church there. This one is a telephone mast. This is a church. I can even write for you. This is a church. This is a telephone mast. Telephone mast. Telephone mast. And this is a school there. PS for a police station. CH for county headquarters. Police station, county headquarters, hospital, prison, stadium. What do they show? Which service do they offer? That is your work. And if you have gone through if you have been very, very attentive in whatever we have done here, identifying social amenities and giving reason is very simple for you. And please attempt. See you in the next session. God bless you. Take care.